Hello, YouTube. It's Silver Age Dave. I am in the comic room. Today is definitely Thursday. And laughably, sometimes I do get lost in my days, especially now with the pandemic thing. The days seem to float together a little bit. I don't know if anyone else is having an issue with that or not, but Silver Age Dave is having an issue with it. Some days I know what day it is when I wake up, but then later in the day I get lost, and then at the end of the day I generally know what tomorrow is. So it's a an ebb and flow thing for me. That's kind of nice. So I'm really excited. I got a box today, which we'll kind of go through. I pre-opened the box, and what's in there is what's supposed to be in there, and it's very exciting. So we'll be looking at that together. As happens sometimes, I'm in the comic room. It's time for a lunch pop, so I thought I would share that lunch pop with you virtually. That means I'm going to taste it and enjoy it, and you guys will hear me maybe tasting and enjoying it. But that's that. So thank you. I see a couple people in here. I see a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. Hopefully everyone's staying active and busy and safe and all those good things right now. Boy, that ticker's going up. Hey, Funk Comics, how are you, my friend? We'll be talking about a few different things. I won a few books from Strictly Comics. Had an auction a week or so ago, and so we're going to be going through those. And it's the kind of stuff I watch a lot of auctions, and I see a lot of things go by, and usually I can get through without bidding on anything, which means I save a little bit of money because I'm not buying anything. But in this case, there was a set of books Strictly was putting up, and I couldn't help myself, so I ended up buying something at the at that auction. So Stanables, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Ken Lovett, thanks for joining us. Brett, thank you so much from Connecticut. Man, that just sounds nice. From Connecticut, holy mackerel. Nick Webb 76, hello. Backseat driver, hello. So great. Oh, you went for a run. I am jealous, my friend. Today was payroll. I had to process payroll today, and so I was stuck at my desk all morning. There was a thunderstorm, and I said to myself, I gotta get out in that. And fortunately, it's gonna thunderstorm all night. So I'm waiting. We have a little clear time right now where there's no thunderstorm. Later tonight, when there is a thunderstorm, I'm gonna suit up and I'm gonna go run. So backseat driver, I'm jealous, and I'm gonna be joining you later, I guess, and having that fun run. Metarog is in here. Always like seeing Roger in the chat. Heroes to Icons, another great YouTube community member. Los is in here. Nice to see you. Look at all this action. This is unbelievable. So you would think this is a no faces chat. There's so many people in here. Just enjoying spending time with you guys. Couple days this week. That's kind of nice. So where do I start? What we're going to talk about today is a little big grail, or grails, plural. I think I put in the chat, and I've got some Strictly comic books that came in from a little bit of an auction win. Tell you what, we've got Metarog in here, and well, heck, now we've got Discovery Bay in here, the general of the community. Organizing everything. Thank you for doing that, Discovery Bay. Let's talk about Strictly Comics as long as you are in here. Sub each other up somehow, some way, and that'll be awesome. Hang on one second. And so sub each other up. A lot of great people in here. So I was watching this Strictly Comics auction, and like I said earlier, a lot of times I'll see books. It's like, oh, I'd love to have that, and then I don't get in the mix. Well, this one, as Roger knows, it's hard for me to pass up on dinosaurs, on war, and certainly on old stuff, and you add go-go checks in there, and I just can't stay silent anymore. And this particular set of books had a couple of go-go checks in them. So we'll start with this one. This is our Army at War number 172. Looks to be in pretty nice condition. These arrived yesterday, packaged. I don't know how these could have gotten damaged. The packaging was unbelievable, and so these all safely arrived. Thank you for that. Our Army at War go-go check cover number 172, and just look how beautiful that is. And I have still some memory challenges, so I can't tell you how much I paid for these. But it seemed at that time to be a good value, so I bought them. So that's the first one right there, and that is not a rip down there. That's part of the artwork, and so in case you were wondering, so that is a beauty. Thank you so much. I love that. The next go-go check, we'll do this one. We have, I want to say hi to JRK Comics. Thank you for joining us. No, this is not Golden Age. This is all Silver, Silver Age stuff. The go-go check cover, Roger, maybe you can correct me. I believe there's like 700, maybe as many as 800, but I thought it was like 725 or 735 total covers that DC did. What they were battling in the this was in the 60s, I believe. Again, I could be corrected. What they were battling is books were in the rack, okay, and they were trying to differentiate themselves so someone would know that they were DC books. So an artist came up with the idea of doing the go-go checks at the top, and so every DC comic in the lineup for a period of like a year, maybe a year and a half, had a go-go check top. So there's lots and lots of these out there. But whenever I see the war books, then I want to add those to my collection. I have a bunch of war books with the go-go checks, but this is our Army at War number 177, the 80-page giant. Okay, so again, beautiful condition. I really like that. And if I had access to a Comic-Con, I could probably pick these up. I would think a little cheaper, maybe save $5. But what a great member of the community. Strictly does a lot of charity stuff, and these were his books. And I thought, what the heck? I'm just going to add them. Then we have, hopefully I'm not missing anything here. This is Tales of the Green Beret, and it's an October issue. It says collector's issue. I have maybe a copy of this and maybe not. I do not know, but this was in the set, so I added that one on. Again, condition on it looks nice. Corners look nice. Let's see if I can read the date here. Looks like, oh, it says copyright 1966, the Chicago Tribune. Imagine that. I am from Chicago, but I don't know what the connection is. I don't think this was like the Spider-Man or Hulk giveaway issues. Chicago Tribune did, Columbus Dispatch did, probably a lot of newspapers. I don't think this was a free one that way. But that's interesting. So we have a date anyway, copyright 1966. All right, so thank you for that one. Strictly Comics. I want to say hi to James Watson. Hello, thank you for joining us. Chris Lackey, always welcome. Mr. Chris, yes, Mr. Chris is here. And I always say Chris is from a different place. Mr. Chris, for some reason, I thought he was from Indiana, and now I know where he's from, but instead of saying that other state that starts with an I, I'm just going to start making stuff up. So we've got Mr. Chris here from Colorado. Thank you, Mr. Chris. Came all the way from Colorado today. Thanks, Chris. Glad to have you in here. Purple Hemi, thank you for joining us. And I don't think I missed anyone else, but if I did, my apologies. The last book, it was a set of 4 books. We have The Brave and the Bold Presents number 52. Another great little combo cover here. Love that. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. Cannot go wrong with these old war comics. They are just a thing of beauty. So love that. Thank you so much. Very happy with the shipping. And from what I understand, if you send books to Strictly Comics for pressing or grading, it is a stand-up, great, reliable business. So I'm just going to show this off. That came with the stuff. And there's a phone number on there. And there's a, looks like an email. And I think he's on Instagram. And probably all the other places that I don't know how to get the social media stuff. But anyway, thank you so much. Really, really happy to participate in that particular auction and win those books. And he sent me a nice little note, which I won't read that, but very professional. Thank you. So, Prowler 671 is here. Good day, sir. Thank you so much. And let's see. You never know until you try at Lowe's. I wish I could be drinking right now at work. So I think, yeah, drinking is frowned upon. Don't do it at work. Oh, I got another book. Before I get into this unboxing and some other stuff, I got a couple things. This one I found just on eBay. Sometimes I'll search local sellers, and this was listed wrongly as Donald Duck 356. And I picked this up. I think I bought it for $3 or $4. It's not in perfect condition. It does need a press. You can see maybe from the back of it. This was just a fairly local person who didn't really sell comic books, but it showed up. And let me get rid of this cover tear tape that's on there. And this is in a really, really nice condition Ziploc bag. So you know it's really good when it comes in a Ziploc bag. That's beautiful. I could probably reuse this Ziploc bag. I'll take that home to Mrs. Silverage, Dave. Tell her to put my lunch sandwich in there tomorrow. All right, probably I'm not going to do that. But anyway, if you're not familiar with this, From Rags to Riches, In Rags to Riches, it's actually a 4-color comic book, and these don't sell. They used to go for a bit more. This one needs a press, okay, which I think I announced. I bought a commercial heat press. I'm very excited. Bought it for my business, but I'm going to use it a little bit. That's funny. Fisticuffs, sealed to keep the flavors in. Oh, guys, you know what? Fisticuffs, thank you so much. It smells just like I love smelling it. So it's just perfect. You find these things, and it was listed wrong. So $3 to $4. I happen to have a nicer copy of it, and I don't know what these should go for. More than $3 to $4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the press. I'm going to straighten it out and see what I can do with it. It'll be a $4 practice book coming up pretty soon here. So that was exciting. Little find. You always got to be on the hunt for all kinds of mislabeled stuff, right, guys? And plus, I got the Ziploc bag, which that's worth something. So let's see what I'm missing here. I see Bubs Comics in here, which is great. Thanks, Bubs, for joining us this afternoon. Of course, he has doubles. Yes. Well, the only reason on that one that I knew it was mispriced and mislabeled is that I had one already, and that other one came when I got. I think it came with my Batman #3, which is just pieces of a Batman #3, but it came in that same box. It was a farm fruit and produce box full of old comic books. And so you recognize what you have. And I recognized it, and I said, wait. Donald Duck did not have an issue number 356. And so, the way, if you're selling books like that, the way to properly list it is 4-color comics, FOUR, 4-color comics number 356. And then you'll get the right amount for that comic book. But eBay is the Wild West. I do not feel guilty if I find something like that, because if I hadn't found it, chances are someone else would find it, and better me than anyone else. Hope you don't take that the wrong way, but it is the Wild West out there. So, okay, so, hey, hello, College Jason. Dino Dave is back. Jason is one of my local buddies I hang out with, and he's a just so knowledgeable about everything. He owns, I think, every video game ever produced, and great friend. And I appreciate you being in here. And he knows I bought a lot of dinosaurs, so I am selling dinosaurs on the side. It's very, very exciting. And thank you for that, Jason. You are a funny guy. Hopefully, we'll be having lunch pop soon. I'll look forward to that. All right, so let's talk about this box. Okay, this I ordered. It was slow as molasses getting here. It went through Detroit, U.S. Postal Service, regional hub, and everything I've had that comes through Detroit is very, very slow. And this was very, very slow. And frankly, I am very, very okay with that. It came in great shape. Fun Comics, I bought literally like 1,000 dinosaurs, like the most dinosaurs. I was buying comic book stuff, and the people happen to have. I'm describing it as a wall. It was all these big the old CRT, the big monitors. It was all these boxes just full of dinosaurs, remote control dinosaurs, and models and puzzles, and I mean, you name it. And so I'm looking forward to when we can have a garage sale. I'm going to have the biggest dinosaur garage sale anyone's ever seen. Yeah, it was very funny. But as I shared the other day, I had no idea that the dinosaur market was so robust. You know, we generally know about comic books. That's what we know about. And the market for dinosaurs is a very vibrant market. I can't even believe it, but it is. So let's talk though about this unboxing. I'm going to throw this box here so we know that came from eBay. And I've been trying to put together a collection for a while. We talked about the Go-Go check covers. Dr. Silver Age, Ron, he's the only guy I know of that was going for a complete set of these. And these are in nice condition, by the way. But he's the only guy I know trying for the complete set, and I'm not trying for the complete set. This particular stuff, I am trying for a complete set, and it's a mini giant grail for me to put together the set. And the more I find out about them, the more I am wrapped into it. Quick hello to Hialeah Comics. Thanks, Hialeah, and Ben Compton. You guys are great. Thank you for joining in here. So there's some of these things that are relatively easy to find. And you say, well, what are these things, Silver Age Dave? Well, just hold on and I'll tell you, everybody. So here's what these are, okay? These are gumball machine prizes from the 60s. And you could also get them through a Marvel Mania order, through the MMMS offered them. But generally speaking, in the 60s, there were books that were put out, okay, and here's an example of one. This is a copy. It's called, hopefully I can get light on it. It's called Tiny Tales. And it's an actual comic book, and kids would put their couple cents in the little gumball machine at the bowling alley or wherever. That's where I got my stuff. You know, back in the day, the bowling alley had all that stuff, and then out would come one of those round bubbles, pop the top, and yep, the Merry Marvel Marching Society, and so. There it is. There's the little tag, right? So, you know, out would come this little book. And I can't remember how much they were. I think they were 5 cents or 10 cents. But they had a variety of these. So this is Tiny Tales. But they also had Fibs and Squibs. They also had, this is a copy of one called Silly, I think it's Silly Wilkies. It was a nickel. There you go. Thanks, Matarog. So that's Silly Wilkies, which I think was an established character. And then everyone has probably heard of Little Kip. Okay. Now, hey, let me ask a question. Hey, Key Comics is in here. Nice to see you, Key Comics. Superstar. Such a knowledgeable guy. If you're not subscribed to Key Comics, you owe it to yourself. Check out just such great videos. Very thorough and great knowledge. He buys comics and he sells comics and just generally knows about so many books in different years and genres. It covers, from the modern stuff to the real old stuff. Anyway, Little Kip was a character, and so you'd put your nickel in the machine, and out would pop one of these little comic books in the little plastic ball, right? We've all done that as kids. And moving into 1966, Stan Lee coordinated with this company out of Chicago to do a lineup of Marvel books. And quick hello to Tacoma Comics and the Boy Who Had Seven. Nice to see you guys. So what happened is Stan Lee picked 6 characters. So we have them all here. This is the actual tag. Now this is a reproduction tag, but on the outside of the gumball machine, you put your money here. The toys are all in here. This is what's on the front. You had the Hulk, you had Spider-Man, Sergeant Fury, Captain America, you had the Mighty Thor, and then Alan Garrett's favorite character of all, Millie the Model. Okay, those were the 6 characters that were available. Hey, Johnny Two Chips, nice to see you. Thank you. And Dorkeries are in here. Love seeing the Dorkeries. And, Kevin R's in here too. Nice to see you, Kevin R. So, something quick on subscriptions I've found is there's plenty of channels that I'm subscribed to, and then all of a sudden I'm not subscribed to them through no fault of Silver's. It just, for some reason, there must be something YouTube does that knocks subscriptions out, or people that I used to have the alert on, and then I don't get alerted, and I go in there and it's like, yeah, I'm subscribed, but I don't have the bell with the alert. So always check that stuff. I don't know how you check it. I'm more of the message guy. You got to figure out the technology for yourselves. But it's good to keep in contact with all these great people, members of the community that we miss if we don't see them for a while. And so anyway, that's my PSA for today is check your subs, right? So anyway, so Marvel did this, and it was kind of a cool thing. And the bulk of the distribution of these went straight to kids in a bowling alley. Okay, and I'm not saying it was just there. It was probably grocery stores and everywhere, but that's where I know they were. And there's really very little information about these. We think there might have been 10,000 total printed up. There are some sites. I'm going to try to show one. This is a site where they show the books, and they actually have the Spider-Man book on there where you can read through it without destroying, a collectible one. And there's a couple of good resources I've found online that have the information for these. But lo and behold, it was such a fringe area that who really knows, what was originally printed up. So you ended up with 6 characters, as we've shown here. And what they decided to do, the BSA for today, I might have said BSA. Hey, the other day on my video, very disappointed. I think my voice was clear while I was live streaming, but after the fact, I heard that it was staticky. So if I am staticky at all, please let me know. I don't know why I'd be staticky, but hopefully I'm not staticky. That's my BSA for today. Just BSing with you a little. Thanks, Bubs. You got to have a little BS. Who's the we we're referring to? I don't know exactly. Hey, Matt Woods. Nice to see you. TNT Lad 09. Hi. Nice to see you. And so what we ended up with was See, that's the we. There you go, Roger. What we as collective hobbyists ended up with, Stan Lee said, I want these 6 characters and I want 6 colors. So I'm going to use Captain America here as my reference. What we ended up with, again, see now I'm self-conscious about that. What we ended up with is we have green, we have blue, then we have yellow, then we have red, and these Captain Americas are all gem mint. They are beautiful. Sometimes you get these books and they are well read and well loved, but if you're buying these and if you want to be serious about a mint collection of them, I don't know if you can see it here from the side because of the glare. I keep them in coin holders. Right over here on the side, you see a little red stripe. Well, there was some type of a wax or something very, very light and gentle that, oh, it's a little scratchy. Boy, I might have to get my iPad looked at. That's how I film. Sorry about that, guys. There's a little seal on there. And once you open the book, I've got a beat up copy here of a Captain America that I keep for reference. Now this one's fallen apart. These had a generally weak binding. What you'll see sometimes, people selling these, when they're selling a junky copy, the pictures will be like this on eBay, okay? And it'll be basically them holding it and showing the corners. But when you don't have pressure on the book, that's what you end up with. And you can see where this doesn't have that wax seal. So once you open the book, the value of it goes down substantially. But just for reference sake, what you do end up with is you end up with an actual comic book. And you can read it and you can enjoy it. And I think that's what most kids did, is most kids would get these out of the gumball machine and they'd immediately open them and read them. And that was great. Well, these particular ones, so back to Captain America, the 5th color is orange. And then the 6th color is lime, okay? It's not yellow and it's not green, it's lime. So those were the 6 colors. So theoretically, what Stan Lee built was 36 in the complete set, which I will show you back on this website, okay? So you had 36, and there's another website where they have them like all green, all red, all blue, all yellow, orange, and lime. So they line up, but these do line up. So you had 36. Well, then, you know, within the grouping, some are harder to find in high quality. So there came a point where I found a set, someone had Marvel Millie, which is Alan Garrett's favorite comic. So we have a Marvel Millie Red, which we'll just put there. We have a lime. We have a blue. Okay, and I'm going to try to show these up close, but I don't know if I'm doing a great job. There is the red. Do I have 2 red? Yeah, I got 2 red. Look at that. There's an orange. And there's the green. Okay. And then there is the yellow. Okay, so one day I happened to be online and someone had this. And Silver said, "What the what? I'd never seen anything like that." And it turns out that Stan Lee or someone decided that they were going to have variant covers. And I had never seen anything like that. And no, I don't have all 36. I'm working towards it, Roger. I just saw that. I'm going to scroll back just a touch because I was looking at that other website. I lost the chat just a little. So I think I said hi to Kevin R. and Matt Woods. Nice to see you guys in here. Rob Boswell. Sure, Rob remembers these. They were beautiful. And let's see, crazy they survived. Absolutely. And in mint shape is really, really crazy. Hey, Colton, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining us and being part of the little thing today. And so anyway, I'd never seen anything like this, and I did have to pay up a little for it. The back of all of them are the same, but this is I forget the what's the 60s like if you're on a if you were taking hallucinogenics. I forget the name of this particular cover, what they called it, but it's the coolest thing I ever saw. So I contacted the person and they wanted a lot of money for it. And I ended up negotiating with them and I got that. So Alan Garrett, that is a Marvel Millie model variant cover, which is a ghost. Frankly, I haven't seen another one. And then, you know, of course, there's Sergeant Fury, which we talked about, and there is Hulk, which we talked about. There's the Hulk cover. Okay, and then there's Thor. All right, and I think I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? Oh, Amazing Spider-Man. So, and we talked about the other ones like the Tiny Tales and all that. So, the one, now the variant ones are hard to find. I think I said hi to Mastodon, but I'm going to give Mastodon a double hello just in case. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. T. Duran from rainy Toledo. I'm in rainy Toledo. Holy mackerel, T. Duran. If you're in Toledo, you got to email me, my friend, and let's have a beer together. Silver Age Dave with 2 D's in it at gmail.com. Okay, no hyphen, 2 D's. Let me know. And who else did I miss? See, now I'm talking too much and maybe missing stuff. Simon Comics. Nice to see you, Simon Comics. By the way, Simon Comics, do you have one of these? Because this is awesome. I've showed this off a few times. These are Golden Age covers, which are just gorgeous. It's just no excitement in there except for the most exciting thing, which is the covers. And then in the back, they have a little description of each cover, and it talks about, you know, what went through in producing it and that. So anyway, I always think of guys like you when I'm looking through that. So let's see. We are, screen is black. Whoa, hopefully not. So, boy, you guys are chatting it up. I am really hoping I don't miss anybody here. And so, one of the hard ones, not talking about the variants, one of the hardest ones for me to find and agree to pay for is the Amazing Spider-Man. So I happened to find a guy on eBay that was selling a complete set of 6, which is each of the different characters. And this is our unboxing. So these are raw, and you're going to get to see how that wax seal works on there. So these are unopened and just in beautiful shape so far. So there's another Captain America. I have lots of those, and very excited to always add more. We'll put that right there, I guess, with the Captain America. Then we've got a unopened Sergeant Fury in lime, which is beautiful to have. Nice to see that. And these are going to go into coin holders here pretty soon. We've got a model Millie unopened. And you can see how those just stay closed. You know, that seal's on there and they're nice and tight. So this particular set, if I had to guess, I would think this is someone who ordered them straight through MMMS and straight through Marvel, and they just sat in a little box. He sent them in this box in a Ziploc. See, I'm loading up on Ziplocs today, guys. That's half of my haul is Ziplocs. And then he's got a Thor, which is sealed. So if you're looking to buy any of these, if you're looking them up, what you're going to search on eBay or anywhere is mini books 1966, and the mother load of books will show up. Rob, that to answer your question, yeah, a tiny long box. Eventually, Vinci, all of them, when I get a complete set, then they're all going to go in these coin holders, and they do sell a coin holder box that those will go in. That's the best way I've found. But what happens is the coin holders don't fit inside the coin holder hard plastic cases, so I have to cut down the cardboard and staple them together. But yes, then they'll stay beautiful. That is a great suggestion. Love seeing Vin C in here. So yep, so these are the mini books 1966, and there's a Thor, okay, the orange Thor, and then we have an Incredible Hulk. Now the Incredible Hulk, and this will explain. This one on the cover, you can see a little bit of a smudge, and then you see where it's split. That might have happened because someone opened it. It might have happened in the gumball container where the book was bouncing around, but that is a less than mint condition because of that split. So if someone just has pictures like this on eBay, you would think, oh, that's a perfect one. But as soon as they take their hand off it, they get the vise off of there, you end up seeing the real deal. So what does that do to the value? Probably knocks it down on an Incredible Hulk like this. That's probably a $20 difference if that's split open like that. So there's our Hulk. And then the last book, which is why I bought this set, is this one, which these are very, very expensive. Amazing Spider-Man in red. All 6 colors of Amazing Spider-Man run very expensive. You've got to be willing to part with about $100 to get one of these in good condition. That's just how much they run. And so I don't have many of the Spider-Man. I'm still waiting for someone someday is going to list a set. I search variant options. I don't only search mini books 1966 because a lot of people don't know what these are. Comic store owners sometimes don't know what they are. Hey Gumba, nice to see ya. Those are some expensive mini books. Yeah, there's a lot of money wrapped up on this little tiny goofy desk right now. And they don't take up a lot of space, but that's okay. Yeah, Luther Manning. I'll keep it with my shiv. That's a good idea. Put it right in my prison wallet. Silver Age Guy. One of my favorite gentlemen in the community. Nice to see you, Silver Age Guy. Appreciate it so much. You coming in and joining us. So we talked about the standard books, and I showed you the model Millie, okay, how there was a variant. So within the last year, I happened to be online, and like I said, when I search things, I search titles that are different, okay? I'm not only searching mini book 1966, and lo and behold, I found a set of these in California that were mislisted and beautiful. So I'm going to share those with you now. The set, it was a total of 10 books, okay? And these were the first 2, which were mint condition Silly Willies. Hopefully there's enough light that you guys can see those. Sorry for the glare. I'm apologizing for glare in advance. And yeah, mini CGC case. There you go. Thank goodness to coin collectors. So yeah, and you can't have them in the coin case by themselves because they would bounce all around. The case is a little wider. What you have to do is you have to custom make a coin holder, the cardboard, which costs nothing. These are very cheap. And what I do is I put them on a paper cutter and I cut down all 4 edges of it so that it can fit actually inside the plastic hard case. So for any of the books that run, if they're in mint condition or if they run a little more expensive, they're going into the hard case so I can actually take care of them. Will CGC grade those? Great question, Prowler. I'm going to answer that right after I say, welcome, Alex Comic Hoarder. Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. PGX right now has a, if you search mini books 1966, you're going to see PGX did a really cool thing I personally wouldn't pay for. It's a full-size slab, and it's got a picture of the original gumball machine with the original advertisement on it, and it has the coin thing, And so let me grab a slab here real quick. Which one to grab? Oh, the mystery is killing everybody right now. Which one is Silver going to grab to show off? Of course, he's going to show that one, my newest big Grail book and treasure. But basically what they do is they have a full-size PGX slab, and it's got the gumball machine and everything on there. And then way down here at the bottom, it's got the little chute where the bubble would come out of, and it's got this in there. So you're getting this whole giant slab for that little thing. Which again, that doesn't work for me, cool as it is. I'd rather have them in the little coin things. So, so very good. So this person in California mislisted 10 of these mini books. Those were the first two. Then I showed earlier the little kip, which did come in, I think, 6 colors. And he had these two, which are very, very rare variants. Okay. So those came with it. Then we talked about Tiny Tales, okay, which came in 6 colors. We put the little kip together. So we'll go there. So Tiny Tales, he had these two variant. And so what you have is you have the hypnotic one, like you're on a little trip in the 60s, taking some substance that would make you maybe mushrooms or who knows. And then they had this, which I think was described as a blue pattern. Okay. And then books number 7 and 8 are the Fibs and Squibs. Very, very rare to find these variants unread, in great shape, and really in one place. And then the great part of it, the reason I bought these, and I've had these a while, I've been sitting on them, I don't think I've ever done a video on these. There are 2 Sergeant Fury, 1 blue, 1 green, ultra, ultra rare. And now it appears that it's a 1 in 1,000. There was a little bit of research done, and it looks like it's 1 in 1,000. I believe, hey, Knights of Old, nice to see you. I believe it's 52 pages, and it is an actual comic book. If you search it online, there's a couple of sites where you can read these things, and that's the interior of a beat-up copy I have, and they're pretty thick. I believe it's 52 pages, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. But they are actually, they're called the world's smallest comic books, and that's inaccurate. You can actually read them. And I'm going to bring into play right now all the knowledge of the comic book chat here. This particular one, The Amazing Spider-Man, I believe to be one of the earliest DC crossovers. Okay, Metarog, if you're still in here, I hope you're listening. On this particular site, I am going to go back in here. I believe this is one of the earliest unauthorized. Metarog did a whole video on these. The Amazing Spider-Man story, he is dealing with a bank robber. Okay, so Marvel wrote these, and it talks about the story of Spider-Man. You can see in here, I'm certainly not going to open mine, but you can actually read through online, and he finds these bank robbers, and he gets the wrap the jewels in some webbing, and off he went. Okay, but the bundle got caught on a flagpole. Along came this fellow in a cape, another superhero, and he saw the loot. He swooped down, grabbed the bundle, and didn't even say hi. Okay, so I believe that to be a unauthorized Superman crossover. Okay, you can judge for yourself, but we'll see what Metarog says about it. And that would be 1966. It sure looks like Superman to me. Anyway, that is the story on the Marvel mini books. Hopefully, I didn't bore anybody with any of that. It's very exciting for me, not maybe for everybody, but it's it's something. Eventually, I want to have all 36 of them. I don't have all 36. Spider-Man will be the toughest one. The rest of my I'm able to piece together here and there, and the variants are certainly going to be just luck. If I come across them, it'll be just luck. So there you go. And I want to uh, talk about just very quickly. This weekend, I think it's still going on. Metarog was planning to do. He was planning to do a Marvel, I think Marvel black and white magazine overview, and I figured I'd announce that. I don't know if there's a date yet, but those are two of my favorites: Tales of the Zombie, which is a Marvel book, and then Dracula Lives, which is a Marvel book. These are both from 1973. This one's from August, the Zombies, and they're just really great. Boris Viejo cover on both of these in particular. But if you're interested in some of this old great stuff, I think Metarog and maybe Alan Garrett might be being part of that chat. So, we're postponing till next week, so that's okay. Man Cave Comics, hello, nice to see you. Looks like I've got about a 45-minute thing in here. I'm going to have to figure out if I'm coming across staticky. My apologies to you guys. I know there was a point my camera went bad and I had to go to the Apple store and they put a new camera in. Maybe my microphone's going bad. I'll have to look into that. Kevin R., I'm looking forward to you coming in and drinking some beers with me. Kevin R. and Bubs were two of the guys that were supposed to come up for Fantastic Con, and it didn't work out. That's okay. We'll get it the next time when it's a good time. I will look forward to that. And let's see. Oh, Gumba's got a big box of those Warren magazines, which are just great. When you can come across them, that is terrific. And everything comes down to patience and being calm and sometimes calculating, figuring out where you're going to focus. This didn't happen overnight. This group of books, this is something I've been working towards for quite a while. So if you want to get into the thing, there is a vibrant market on them, but it's a can of worms. Once you get into it, you're like, oh, just one more, and there's a bunch out there. So yep. So I'll look forward to visiting. With that, I got to run to the post office. I sold some dinosaurs. Go figure. I got to mail out, and I have to go do a couple other things. And then tonight I'm going to be running and smiling, and it's going to be exciting. Yeah, you know what? $1,600 for all 36. Boy, that seems like a great deal, but it's going to depend on condition. If they are sealed, the Spider-Man books for a mint set is, you could be looking at, easily $150 to, $300 each book in really good shape. So with collecting with anything, it comes down to, what grade do you want? If you want to collect these, my recommendation would be save up and get a really good quality one, and it's going to hold its value later. You can get a beat up one, like something like this. I think I paid $5 for, just so I could have a reader copy. But my recommendation, sometimes, low grade is better than no grade, or I think that's okay. But on these, again, it depends. If you want one just for reading or just for sharing with friends, and get a beat up one. Let's see. Wow, I did not know these were that kind of money. Yeah, it's each level of the hobby. There's always someone crazier, and there's always someone with a bigger budget. And my budget is not big, so I just have to be real patient. I have to kind of snipe these things where I can, and so I think that's why I've held off so long on showing them, is I wanted to be the only guy doing it. But that's okay. I've shared it, and the people that want it, they'll go out and get them, and I wish them luck in finding the things that make them happy. So, what else? If no one else has questions, I think I've said hello to everyone. I don't think I missed anyone, but if I missed you, then my apologies sincerely. You guys are really a great part of my life. I appreciate having access to so many people and so much knowledge out there. And the friendships are built are just great. So I'm going to finish my lunch pop. Then after a little while, I'm going to run to the post office. I'm going to go for a run later today. I'm going to smile. Health is good. Family's good. Everything's good. And CJ Design, late to the party again. Well, you can replay it. So yeah, I thought that 12:30 Ohio time would work, and lo and behold, all you guys made time for me. So thank you so much. Going for a bike ride later, Gumba. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Silver. Yep, that's all. I'm going to stop it there. We'll have more to talk about next time. Silver Age Dave is out.